OET 2.0 Day 1 Orientation, Edu India 6 batch. We will be getting into the basics, but then it's very, very important. And if you have already attempted the exam, you will know why you have scored good in your exam. The mission of EduSkills is to inspire learners to fall in love with the learning process and hence make education an experience. In short, learning made easy. So the caption is fall in love with OET, experiential learning, and learning made easy. Now, the basic principle behind this, students generally remember 10% of what he or she reads. You have been maybe practicing reading, listening continuously. You are at this stage. You just read, you practice material after material, but then you don't improve your score because scientifically you absorb just 10% of what you read. Now, 20% of what he or she hears. Now, when you're listening to me, though I am teaching 100%, you will listen, you will absorb maximum 20%. 80% will be wasted away. So you will not be able to grasp it. 30% of what he or she sees. Now you see, I'm showing you on the screen. So you'll be able to retain 30% because of the color, the things over there, and the highlights, everything. You'll be able to absorb 30% of it. And 70% of what he or she says. Now, in our platform, we have various opportunities where you have to speak out. And those who have gone across FIRST method, FIRST, you know, the fourth one S stands for speaking out. And by speaking out, to speak out, you need to absorb, understand, retain, and reproduce. Okay? So you have to read or whatever the learning process, you have to absorb, understand, absorb, then you have to retain, then you have to reproduce. That is speaking out. So definitely that will be like 70% of what you successfully absorb or retain in your brain. And 90% of what he or she participates. When you participate in the group discussions, in the learning with the learning partners, with the 8:30 discussions and other various activities, you will absorb almost 90%. So always the best part is to participate. So unless you are actively participating in the platform, you will not benefit much. And let me tell you, just joining EduSkills or attending my sessions or watching my videos will never assure you the competency or the grades, good grades. Because this is only the knowledge I am giving you, the strategies I am giving you. Skill happens only with the consistent practice, not with knowledge. You require knowledge as a foundation. That's the basic foundation. Foundation itself is not the building. Rest of the building you have to construct by consistent practice. I stress on the word consistent, which means every day, at least 5 days in a week, you should be able to allot time, if not 7 days. Okay. So learning styles, you must understand this. You can also apply this to your kids if you are parents. Definitely all these things, what I'm telling you today, you can practice with the kids. Definitely that will help them as well. Now you see there are different learning styles. Scientifically, there are 3 major dominant learning styles. Science has created, or scientifically, learners are grouped into 3 categories. But I believe there are as many as students or learners, there are so many typical unique learning styles. Everyone has his own or her own unique learning style. Now we call it auditory. As I said, you hear and remember 20%. Now, to this, what you do, we have live Zoom sessions where you can hear, listening challenges you have, 8:30 task discussions you have, and we have more than 180 videos, sessions, previous Zoom sessions on all the 4 subtests uploaded in the YouTube channel. Then study groups, discussions. These 4 segments of EduSkill OET platform helps to these auditory learners. Okay, when I say auditory, visual and kinesthetic, it doesn't mean you are just learning by hearing. You have to combine all these 3 learning styles. Maybe one is dominant in your case, but then other learning styles as well you have. So you can club them together for the best benefit. Now, the visual types, visual types, by just looking at the things or looking at the blackboard, whiteboard, or whatever the PPTs I am presenting, you absorb 30%. So you have live Zoom sessions with all these colorful PPTs and daily tasks you have, 8:30 discussions you have. All these things will help you because even at 8:30 discussions, they prepare a lot of colorful PPTs with a lot of colors, highlights, and all those things that helps your visual learning ability. And kinesthetic type, as I said, participating, that will contribute to 90% of the learning process. So you will have learning partners given. They are not just speaking partners, they are learning partners. You will be learning together with your partner. We will give you in the initial stage itself, learning partners. And you need to fix up and be consistent every day. You need to discuss. Maybe it's not only in the initial stages, nothing to do with the speaking, but then you will discuss what you have done that day. You will summarize, you will speak out what was the session that day or what task you did that day, whatever you connected with the OET, whatever you have done, what are your feelings, emotions, you discuss with your learning partner. Okay, then you have study groups where you discuss the things and empowering learning stations. All this will help your kinesthetic learning capacity. Okay, so you have auditory learning style, then visual, then kinesthetic. And if you can combine all this, all the three types of your abilities, you are a perfect learner.